What's up, guys? Welcome to another video here in our build series for the 2025 Ducati Panigale V4. And today we're going to be installing some levers, some Ducati Performance Rizoma levers. So the unboxing is real simple. These are the lever right here. It just replaces the OEM lever. And the difference is this lever folds. If I can actually get it out of here. So you can see right here, if I get into a crash or something, this lever folds up so it doesn't break off. That's the advantage of having these. In the packaging here, at least on the brake side, we're gonna need a spring, plus an O-ring here that's in red. What comes with here, you can see is the standard black, so you can change it between that black and that red. Same for both levers. Comes with an extra spring, fold away. And you can see it says Ducati on it right there. Now, I don't know if that's worth the cost of these. Each one of these levers costs $255. That's right, that's not both of them. That is, each one is $255. That's $510 for both of these levers, not including tax. Now that is an average price I saw. You could probably get them a little bit cheaper, but that's still really pricey for a set of levers. Now looking at the bike here, we're not reducing the overall size of the lever at all. All we're doing is giving a fold away with a nice little knob at the top here. It's easier to turn than the OEM one that actually still does turn. This one just has a bigger lever to turn. I also just so happen to have a 2025 BMW S1000RR that we just got. And yes, I'll be doing comparisons between this bike and the 25 V4 very soon. Just got to break this thing in, but let's do a quick comparison of these levers. This comes with a billet pack from the factory, or it's an option from the factory, but it comes with these cool levers, and these are actually shorter than stock. Very manageable, very easy to work with. You can see there's a fold-away portion right there, and it is a little bit shorter than the stock counterpart. So let's go ahead and start getting this lever out of here. We're going to start pulling this bolt out right here. I haven't done one of these levers on a Ducati in about 6 years now, so let's see if I remember anything. I believe this is a number 5. So it turns out this is a number 4. Let's go ahead and get that going. And a little bit of grease in there, so I'm going to put some gloves on because I didn't think this part would be greasy, but I found out. All right, got some gloves on now. That's not a sound you want to hear ever, so go ahead and make sure you put your fingers under here, because if that gets lost in a fairing, that sucks. Luckily, mine fell to the ground, but there's a nut that I failed to catch that has now fallen down to the ground. All right, after some yanking here, there she goes. The whole thing came out. There you go, that kind of pops out of that. Okay, you see this is the original lever right here, and you can see this is the aftermarket one. Now, obviously, we're missing something. If I put this in here, it's not going to work. It's missing this entire assembly right here, which doesn't come with the Rizoma. So we actually have to pull this entire, looks like a bearing almost, out of there, and push it out, and then push it back into this. Now, you're going to need some lithium grease, of course, to make all this work. And I'll show you guys exactly how this happens. Okay, now we're going to have to punch this out. I'm actually using a rifle punch kit right here. So I can get in there, put it on here basically, and then start punching through it. And there it goes. We're gonna be careful pushing it all the way through. There it is. And we've got a spring on here as well. Spring came out. There's a spring that comes with the kit as well. And now that we pulled that all out, there it is in pieces. All right, so I brought some lithium grease to the party here, and we've got our new lever right there. So line up the new levers, real easy stuff right there, and then we're just gonna put this together. Now I'm gonna use the spring that came with the kit, which isn't this one. This is the spring that came with the kit right here. So we're gonna use this spring right here. I'll put this over to the side for now, but it needs to kind of fit in between here and there when I push this all together. You can see this right here slides in, doesn't pull out, and it just slides in. Really easy attachment right there. And there's adjustments on there just in case you need to adjust more for the clutch itself. So I'm gonna apply some lithium grease so it can slide in nice and easy. There we go. Probably need a paper towel to wipe this off, make sure you're not making a mess of everything. This piece will go in like this, and we need to put that spring in first. Okay, so you mock it together, just like that. I get the spring in there. Kind of hard to finagle, but then you'll have to push it together and slide the pin in there at the same time, which is gonna be a little bit difficult. Plus, we'll need to put this in as well, just like that. It slides right out, unfortunately, so you have to hold it like this, put this in here, slide the spring in, there. Now it's ready to go for the push pin. But what I really should do first is put some grease in here as well. Okay, now we got some grease in there too. The biggest pain here is the spring, really. The rest of this is pretty simple. Get that together. And we're gonna try and push this down in there. There we go. Pushes right in. That wasn't much of a problem. A lot easier than pushing it out, let's put it that way. Wipe off all the excess grease, and it's ready for an install. All right, we got everything together now. I've got the lever all set and ready to go for the clutch side of this. Now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna slide this into that grommet, that rubber grommet down there. And there's two ways you can do this. You can either pull it out and try and push this in, or I just try to push it all the way in. You'll feel like a visible click when the actual rubber gets around it. There we go. If you go back to front like that, now you can see it's clicked in there. Now all we gotta do is take the push pin, push it to the top and put a little bit of grease on this too, and then secure it with a nut at the bottom, which is a 10. Now this is already a lock nut, so you can see it has a nylon on it. So there's no need to put anything on this. I'm just gonna secure it from the bottom with a 10. And there we go. One side is done. You can see we got the addition of that fold away. Now it's time to do the same thing. We're gonna go over and do the brake side. I'm gonna remove the 10 nut first from the bottom of this one. Probably should have just done that first on the last one too. See, if you remove it first, it can't fall to the ground. We're just gonna remove this out again. This is a pain right here, just pulling this pin out. Because there's grease on it, I use a paper towel. It'll pull out, but then of course we have to re-grease that later. Not a big deal though. You can see this pulls right back out, just like the other one. Just remind that rubber grommet. There it is. All right, I got out the weight scale here so we can see exactly what this thing weighs. So, stock one, 96 grams. Aftermarket one, 117. We're adding weight to this bike. That's a big no-no, but you know what? It's not really that much, like 20-something grams. The reason the weight is being added is simple. This has a mechanism in it to let it fold, whereas this one has no mechanism at all. So that's what adds that extra 21 grams. All right, we're back over to our workbench. We've got to punch this out again, just like we did on that last lever. And again, I'm using the punch kit I have for rifles. If you don't have something like this, get something like this. It makes it really easy, just guides down in there. You could, of course, also use a socket if you really needed to, but you have to be really precise so you're not harming the bore on the rest of this. So I would suggest something like this. It makes it so much easier, guys. There we go, it's out. All right, we got our new lever here. Again, we're gonna go with the lithium grease. Just kind of grease everything up here. The outside of this, inside here, anywhere basically anything's gonna be rubbing. All right, that should be all greased up. So put that together like that. This thing loves to slide out. So I'm gonna put it in there like that, and then in here like this. That looks correct, sure does. All right, there we go. It's a real careful game of acrobatics here to make this thing fit into this. Of course, sliding the pin in. There we go. Wipe off the excess. We're gonna grease up the arm right here and then install it. Okay, so now, same thing on this side again. Make sure this arm kind of goes into that hole right there with the rubber in it. And I'm just gonna kind of rub it in until it clicks over. And it has. I've greased up this post. There we go. I gotta screw it in, that number 4. And again, this is a number 10. Now that's on there, take a test. I like to set these things out because I have these big clown hands, so I make sure to set them out as far as possible. That's about as far out as I can go. Actually, it goes out too far. I'm gonna put it a little far in. There we go. I like that. I do one finger braking. All right, it's all wrapped up now. As you can see, we're really just getting a Ducati logo, and there is a little cutout here for wind to kind of break through. Also, the knob is much bigger than the OEM counterpart, and actually easier to turn, much easier to turn. And of course, we have the folding lever now, so in case Something ever goes wrong, we crash, we're not worried about breaking the lever, we can still ride the bike, just folds away. So with the addition of the levers, we're at a total of $7,440 because those levers cost $255 a piece, equating to $510 for the pair. We really didn't lose a whole lot of weight. In fact, we gained 42 grams total. And I put the difficulty level of this as a 2 out of 10, very easy to do. And when I say very easy to do, I mean with the right parts. Make sure you get that punch kit. Make sure you have some lithium grease. Everything goes very easy if you have the proper tools. So I think that's gonna do it for this one, and I'll see you guys in the next one.